Good morning, and good morning to the morning cup of kvetch. I was just a little while ago, I was having a lovely dream, which I cannot remember a fucking thing now, because through the little slit, and I was so sleeping so good, because this ain't the first morning for me. And I hear a cheery feminine voice going, "Good morning," and stuff, and trying to kind of hand me this pagan holiday cup, because Christmas is totally pagan, in case y'all don't get it. And then, sure as shit, she sets that cup of fucking stinking goddamn glyphosated coffee with two Domino fucking enzyme produced Frankenfood type of sugar, Domino's Yankee, and a stirrer stick over there by that rock that I put there to cover up one of the holes that the ants come out of, and one of the sets it out of my reach, instantly ending my warm, peaceful sleep, because I know that if I can't reach over and get it and put it in my trash bag, I have to get up and put it in my trash bag and get it off the fucking scene before the ants go nuts over it. Did she ask me first? No fucking way. So that's another, with tax or whatever, $6. So she got me, at least got me the small one. They're only about $6. It may have been hot cocoa, so $7. $7 it could have been in my pocket, just pissed the fuck away. It just makes me hate you. It really does. Then before that, I didn't make a video yesterday. I should have. When the guy that I've been real suspicious of, because he's always walking past me and changing clothes, because see, there's a Goodwill right over there where he's obviously been informed by somebody. He can steal unlimited. He can actually strip off right there if he's doing it right, and change clothes, dump his old dirty clothes right there and put on fresh, clean ones, because he's in that range where there's got a ton of clothes that'll fit him perfectly. And shoes and stuff. And yesterday I decided to watch him because I wanted to see where he was sleeping. Well, I got one guy under this bridge, and then on the Parkway bridge is just on the other side of the light. Yeah, I saw him go down the far end of the bridge. So he's either under the bridge there or in that little area of bushes, which would just be perfect for camping. And thank you all you assholes like that Canadian who fucking went around, doing urban camping when he has a home and all this shit. He's sometimes spends a tremendous amount of money to make a video. Like one time he built his own billboards so he could show that he could, camp behind some billboards. They're real low to the ground and real. So a little after midnight, I went to my bench last night because it's open on Sundays. It becomes available around 6. So, but I was in a movie. I waited and give it time and make sure everybody's gone. And as soon as I pull up, I realized, oh shit, some fucking alcoholic, possibly him. It was him. Fucking asshole. I can tell he's a wheeler dealer. Last time he passed by me, he was talking, but he wasn't wearing earbuds, which means he probably had his phone on in his pocket, locked into a call. He was just jabbering, and don't remember, really wasn't listening to what, because I'm wearing my earbuds, I'm doing my own thing, but I can still hear him talking. I got to get my solar panel up here soon, although I don't need to. Well, I guess, top off the battery I'm using right now. It means I got to dig out So I woke up about 12:15, 12:20 by a cackle, a camel toe kind of cackle. He's got some probably calorically enhanced broad on the fucking phone. There sounds like another guy's voice. He's talking, but to tell you the truth, I don't remember any of it because it didn't sound like English. It didn't sound like Spanish. It didn't know what the fuck it was. Didn't sound overly Slavic. It didn't, I don't know what the fuck it was. And then sure as shit, after he's, essentially forced me awake and shit like that, after he actually was just around the corner from me. He wasn't, 15 feet from me. Drinking another Voodoo Ranger, pounding one down. Because he just got it just before the end of the alcohol sales or something. And then sure enough, a white SUV, and there's some woman on the phone cackling louder than, he's got it on speakerphone. And then at like 12:30 or something, some fucking white SUV pulls up and he gets in. I think he thinks he owned that bench. No, I'll be going back more because in that little 3 hours that I was allowed to sleep before being interrupted by some homeless fucker who went to bed obviously about 4 or 5, well, it was around 5 or 6 in the afternoon. It was just before 5 when he made it into camp, his camp. Good luck with the mosquitoes, asshole. It was warm last night. Up to a point. Yeah. And today we celebrate the veterans that survived the war. We have a different Heroes Day. It's called Memorial Day. The real heroes didn't survive. I'm not going to treat veterans with any more respect than the average Joe, especially a guy who's got a pack of kids, who's working himself to death to make sure that they're provided for. I got more respect for him because, see, I have actual empirical knowledge of how veterans, how military personnel act, especially when out of country and when on secret missions or just acting without orders, acting under color of the American uniform, but like dealing drugs and shit like that, assisting in it. Cocaine, which I still absolutely, cocaine, amphetamines, absolutely not, would never approve legalization of those drugs. So, having had a lifetime of accumulating how bad military personnel, veterans, in my observation, seem to be behaviorally and criminal behavior worse than the general population until recently and in certain locations, to be scientifically accurate in my statement. Like places like San Francisco and other places like that where shoplifting's not a crime, So, just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that I owe you anything. And yet they expect it and they abuse it all the time. And there's all these fake guys that pretend to be Vietnam veterans. I can flush them out in a heartbeat. What unit were you with, son? And if they don't come back with it, spit it back out within a split second, I know you're Anyway, that's been a plague during especially during the 70s, 80s, 90s. There were all these guys who just got an army surplus jacket on and pretended holds there on the freeway exit holding a sign saying homeless vet will work for food. No, homeless alcoholic will not work for nothing. Give me a beer. Serving the military was usually a way to get out of prison too, in case y'all fuckers forget that. How many men have ended? How many hundreds of thousands of men were given a choice by a judge, and they were particularly when they were young, facing their first felony? Well, either son, you can, I'll do a deferred adjudication. You can either do jail time or you can join the army. Don't tell me shit. I've met thousands of young men who actually managed to get out. They got smart. They knew, especially if they got a black drill instructor, was just call him nigger right off the bat, and boom, you're out of the service. Dishonorable discharge, you're out, and then the adjudication on your felony just kind of disappears too. They don't give a shit. Military don't communicate with civilian authorities hardly. It's so easy to get past that shit, but that used to be the standard. It's not been that long since I knew an actual case. Gary Johnson, Bangor, Maine. And yeah, he went into the Army. He didn't even have to finish boot camp. He just decided to, he just couldn't hold us because he's from a state where the N word is, and the word Jew is, I Jewed him down to, it's just everyday terminology there amongst what used to be an almost exclusively white population. Lady to the nice, sweet, feminine sounding voice lady that brought me the coffee and set it on the ground. So it'd go from lukewarm to ice cold within less than a minute in that uninsulated, non-styrofoam, paper ass fucking cup that's painted with all those pagan colors and shit to celebrate what is Saturnalia and what's the other, the Nordic part that they threw in there? Sinterklaas. I think Christmas is probably one of my least favorite. It's not even Christmas. It's fucking ain't even Thanksgiving yet. It ain't even Thanksgiving yet, and Walmart's already had up Christmas trees in Walmart for more than a week or 10 days now. I think they put them up around November 1st. Well, let me get into it, I guess, a little bit. We're going to have warm weather for at least 10 more days before we start seeing some chilly, really chilly nights. And if their predictions are accurate, we've got almost another month before the first freeze. So this would be coming close to what it was a typical fall in Texas as far as the weather and stuff. Not too much rain, a lot of warm, often what Yankees would consider a hot day, a boiling hot. It's hotter than hell today. It's 88 degrees. Oh, goddamn. I hate it when they do that. I actually said that she was like stooping over. I said, no. Because I could see she was going to leave it on the ground. Why would you want to leave me ice cold, crappy coffee in the first place? Why would you want to bring me coffee without even asking me? And then like the little domino cubes are sitting on top, which means I've got to take off Think about it. I've got to take off the cap, which will release what little heat is in that paper cup, not insulated styrofoam cup. Got to take it off, to add them to ice cold fucking cubes of sugar, and then stir it forever to get them dissolved, and just completely cool it down to the current temperature, which just, I think, since sunrise has gone up from around 59 degrees to maybe, it might be 62 degrees right now. At least the wind ain't moving, but it was chilly as shit when I finally fell asleep about 5 o'clock. So I did get in about another 3 hours or something like that. No, it was like 5:30 because they were finally serving the drive-through over there. Every time you piss away money, you just drive me fucking nuts. You make me hate you. Because this is going to be the first month in many months where I have no reserve. It will be down to the fucking penny, including the 25 $1 bills that I've got rolled up inside of a pill bottle. I'll probably end up spending every last one of them before this month is over. And next month, the only thing I can look forward to is that finally, it would be due on Christmas Eve. We'll be due a small oil royalty check. That is, if they're even pumping at all. I told you they're trying to squeeze me out and buy my interest. So that means, from the way it's currently going, based on the weather, won't even need my benefactors. And then in the meantime, she may change her mind, because she's oh, looky there. You remember after the rain, I was showing that you could see that the grass was sprouting and growing quickly. Take a look at that. See what I mean? It's finally grass growing there for the first time in about 4 or 5 months, 6 months, since we've had a little flooding in here. Unfortunately, that is Bahia grass, or I would say Bahia grass. I think it may just be from Bahia, Bay grass. Any hay farmer, such as myself, hates that shit. You can cut it close, you can crop it close, and then in no time, it'll shoot up the little seed stalks and disperse seed everywhere, and it just becomes huge. It stops growing really at a low level. It produces nothing. And it'll do it over and over again. You can go out and mow your yard or whatever, and all it'll do is just make it shoot up another one. That's what's going on all around me, is during the dry spell, the Bahia grass. That's the way we Texans pronounce it, Bahia. Not really sure. I had never researched it. I think it's Bahia, technically. There are no B's in Spanish. It's not hombre, it's hombre. It's not Bronco, it's Bronco. The other day, an Uber driver was saying that my Spanish was excellent. Yeah, I know it's excellent. It's saying my pronunciation, you mean my enunciation, my was perfectamente. Yeah, that's the quickest way to piss me off in the morning, is to set $6 worth of coffee or hot chocolate on the ground in a paper cup, so it'd be hot, no, it had to be coffee because she had 2 sugars with it, and a wooden stirrer stick neatly set on it. Going to be so nice to the old man who was all shrouded up. Well, I didn't have to really shroud up till about 4 in the morning. That's when I started losing the body heat that I had accumulated while sleeping. And my legs were great, but going to the bench, I barely made it there. My legs were stiff and swollen from the edema. When I woke up, I could tell I'd managed to get about a pint of fluid out. Came over here, I was doing well for a while. I finished watching a Mel Gibson movie I'd never seen before. And just waited until the fatigue hit me. Because after about a 3-hour sleep, I'm usually refreshed. And I just had a little sleep, but I'm not refreshed because the first thing and I realized when I got up and was trying to carry it off, I looked like I was staggered drunk. That's how much trouble I was having walking. Because my legs had chilled down after having been properly wrapped. And at least I got to sleep 3 hours with my shoes off. I desperately need that and stuff because these are, let's just say my feet were getting pretty puckered up and stuff from the little bit of, already said it, another video. I'm sick of repeating myself. Anyway, it's a gorgeous day. I'll let you go. I really ate 21, 22 minutes. I need to go ahead. There's usually not a shadow there at this time. It's okay. I'm going to set it up over there anyway. I'll set it up here. It won't have sun on it for 30 minutes. I guess I'll take the battery I've been using right here and top it off again and pull out the other battery that's acting like it's topped off. I know it's not. Just because all 4 indicator lights on don't mean it's got 20 amp hours in it. Might only have 16, 18. But if I keep at it, that means I'm keep this phone fully charged all the time and hooked in. Getting that on camera. And at least I'm wide awake now. And the next motherfucker that approaches me with food, it gets a rude send away. And then I'm going to probably talk about how you pissed away. Let's see, it's only the 11th day of this month. And so far this month, between gift cards and food brought to me, that's like around $100 that could have been in my pocket for essentials, food that I select. Maybe in case if it were to get cold and stuff, if they got in the Swiss Tech jackets, the final layer to put on top of this, and for hard winter. Because I can't count on my benefactor. I never count the chickens until they've actually hatched and they're in full growth. So that's more than $100. My donations halted around 70. No, I did it wrong before. It actually was I didn't count in the 3. So it was 80. So donations so far this month are $82, which is about $200 short of what I actually need to survive this month. And I've already adapted to that. I'm not on here e-begging. I've just switched to eating a lot of rice with coconut oil and salt and sometimes some sugar. And now that I know I can tolerate black beans are fine for the source for insoluble fiber, please remember that I had to prep my gut for for several weeks before I even began consuming any insoluble fiber. And still need to dose myself about every 3rd or 4th day or more with another quart of kefir. See, the problem you have when you have that frankenfood dysentery is it blows all your probiotics out your butt. You can continue eating frankenfood, but if you constantly having the blowouts and just eliminating all your probiotics and stuff, useless. No need to even be consuming them. My best friend only told me, he said they've begun drinking the kefir too, and they're getting it at a farmer's market, raw, unpasteurized, and it's made out of grass-fed Guernsey milk. No skim milk, no, it doesn't, you know, it has to be whole milk to be real yogurt or kefir. No such thing as low-fat yogurt or kefir. That's something, that's a marketing thing that they use on you because you're fucked in the head. I want to mention too is I caught you two guys last night that stopped right there when I was kind of up and moving around. You deliberately stopped, and the guy gets out, maybe snaps a picture or something like that. I don't know what. Gets back in the vehicle, then backs up like this and goes out on the parkway and around. And that was right at the moment I was going to go to the bench, and I caught them off guard because they went all the way around on the parkway in Dessau and came back in, and they was going to come up and sneak peek on me. I caught you stalking me because right when you pulled into place where you wanted to observe me, I was already there. And instead of pushing on, and because you were going to wait until I went in front of you and stuff like that, no, I just stood there and looked right at them, letting them know that I recognize you motherfuckers. Little sports car, kind of silverish. It's always hell hard to tell what kind of real color it is because a lot of these vehicles use a paint that looks different colors depending on angle of the light and color of the light. But I caught you. I know y'all were up to no good. Just letting you know in case you're, because I still got a lot of haters on this channel. I'll see you guys later. 28 minutes is too fucking long for anything right now. And I fixed I was having problems with my selfie stick. There is a crack there. I don't know if super glue will help it, but it was, I don't know what was it. Just wasn't holding it in there properly. It was kind of always trying to pop out. And so I just saw that all I had to do was peel off that little rubber, because I don't need it. It's in a protective case. That little rubber protector that keeps like the screws in the back from maybe scratching your precious iPhone or something. And all I had to do was just remove that little, 1/8 of an inch of padding on the back, and now it fits fine. It'll still last me. It only cost me $10. These started out as $10, and now they're with tax, they're up to 20. That's the way it works. Vietnamese made, which is a lot better. I've been watching a lot of China shit. I'm getting off of the politics. Don't really give a shit no more. We got a guy in charge. We have a commander-in-chief now. He'll take care of it. I don't really need to talk about it or think about it much. It'll get done. But I'm warning you, Mr. Trump, even though I get very little money anymore from oil and gas, if you shit on us oil and gas producers again, I'll be out here telling the truth about you again. Donald Trump was not the greatest president ever. He has a chance to be now, but he better not shit on we who supply the one commodity that allows everything to happen, including your morning Starbucks. And it's called petroleum and natural gas. Am I making myself clear?